Eruptions which have stirred fear way beyond Japanese shores. A threat on this scale has not occurred in decades, and the reminders of the fight against radiation and contamination are focusing minds in nations with nuclear power on their own doorsteps. It is a wake-up call for all. It's certainly ammunition to those who have long opposed the controversial energy source.
Why would you put all your political effort into the slowest, the most expensive, the narrowest, the most inflexible, and the riskiest, in this case I mean riskiest in financial terms, the riskiest option available?
Abschalten! Abschalten! Protesters have seized the moment, demanding an end to nuclear power. Inevitably, many have invoked the cataclysmic events in Chernobyl a quarter of a century ago, which continue to haunt physically and psychologically. And it seems governments, even those who had embraced nuclear energy, have now been stirred from any complacency. Germany has moved quickly to shut down 7 of the country's oldest nuclear power stations and will review operations at all sites. The Swiss government has halted plans to build 3 new stations until security measures can be assessed. And further afield, India has ordered safety checks on all its plants to make sure they can withstand an earthquake or tsunami. In Britain, there will be a review, but the government is planning a new generation of nuclear power stations, which supporters insist will offer a clean alternative to oil and gas.
There are very few countries now that don't actually see nuclear as part of the equation. They don't want to be reliant on one source. They have terrible limits being put on them against emissions, and renewable energy on its own is not possible. It doesn't supply electricity in the way that the world will need to use it.
Diminishing supplies of oil and gas in a volatile world helps make the argument for nuclear power stronger. But what of energy need versus safety?
If you examine this technology as one which has been producing 1/6 of the world's electricity now for decades, and you total up the damage that has been done, it ends up looking quite clearly to be the safest large-scale energy source that humankind has ever deployed.
But recent days will have shaken faith in nuclear power. If this can happen in the 3rd strongest economy on Earth, the nation which trades on reliability, many will ponder what could happen elsewhere. Michelle Clifford, Sky News.